Well, welcome back, guys.
Welcome back to Baby Got Stacks.
You know what's something we haven't done in a while?
What?
Our names.
Oh,
We need
yes.
to get more
You know
specific.
us. If you've been around with us this long, but go
Yeah,
ahead. But go
I'm
ahead.
out.
I'm Ashley. If you
Okay.
forgot.
And
Sometimes
Kayla.
I forget.
Oh, Lord knows I do.
Well,
All
this
right.
week was a roller coaster of emotions, I tell you what.
Oh. Oh.
So, yeah, we read The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. And oh, yours is a paperback.
Yeah, I have a paperback.
Oh, mine's
Um,
mine's a hard
yeah, the
a hard
cover.
one. And
Oh, I like the
also
side.
also the
Oh, that's a cool under.
and yeah,
That's
it's hot
cool.
pink on the inside. And
I
the
like that. And it
yeah,
has the balloon still on it.
mhm.
Pretty.
And I don't know if yours, so for you listening at home, mine's a hard book, and the lettering for The Perfect Child in the front is textured. So
Mine
my
is.
let Oh, okay. Yeah, mine's textured. I thought
Nice.
something was sticky on it,
Oh,
and I was trying to wipe it off, and then I realized, oh, it's only sticky on the letters. Oh,
the
that's
material.
yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, at least they made it a little fancier for how much you have to pay for hardcover.
I'm
Um,
pretty sure I got this when I'm pretty sure when our local bookstore was going from 2 stores to one.
oh, lucky match.
I think that's when I picked it up.
I think I had to get mine online as a
Okay.
used book, I think. But this is a psychological horror,
Oh, I'd say it.
thriller horror.
I'd say
Yeah.
horror. Not
Mm,
not like the troop horror,
no,
but
it does
like
not reach the troop horror.
but it definitely is terrifying. It reminds me of the movie The Orphan, kind of.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's been a very long time.
Huh.
Can I will be a Millie, I see a paw.
Oh, asking
My
for
child would like
entrance.
to be in.
Um, but yeah, Lucinda Berry has written quite a few horrors. This is the only book of hers that I've read so
I have not
far.
read any other
Um,
books.
I should we just go ahead and say our ratings, or do you want to save that?
Um, I can well let's read it
You want
what
to
it
read the
is
back? Okay,
first.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. Christopher and Hannah are a happily married surgeon and nurse with picture-perfect lives. All that's missing is a child. When Janie, an abandoned 6-year-old, turns up at their hospital, Christopher forms an instant connection with her and he convinces Hannah they should take her home as their own. But Janie is no ordinary child and her damaged psyche proves to be more than her new parents were expecting. Janie is fiercely devoted to Christopher, but she acts out in increasingly disturbing ways, directing all her rage at Hannah. Unable to bond with Janie, Hannah is drowning under the pressure and Christopher refuses to see Janie's true nature. Hannah knows that Janie is manipulating Christopher and isolating him from her, despite Hannah's attempts to bring them all together. But as Janie's behavior threatens to tear Christopher and Hannah apart, the truth behind Janie's past may be enough to push them all over the edge. There were some twists in this book that I was not expecting.
Yeah, I was. So I had read Baby Teeth. I forget the author, but
Okay.
it was similar in that there was a child trying to drive a wedge between the parents.
Okay.
She was actually their biological child in that one, though.
Oh.
I gave it a 2 stars because I hated it.
Okay.
It was, I did not appreciate.
Oh.
Basically, it the whole book was basically the first half of this book, and then it ended,
Oh.
and that's all that happened. So like nothing
Okay.
happened.
Gotcha.
But this, what a roller coaster.
Oh, lots of things happened.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if we'll
Holy
be able
shit.
to tackle everything
I
in a
don't think so.
timely
I don't
manner.
think so.
I feel like this
Um,
episode's going to be a little jumbled. I will apologize in advance. I feel like my mind is hard to comprehend things in a timely fashion for this book just
yeah.
because so many things
There's a
happen.
lot of events. Yeah.
The imagery, like the word imagery for this book was fantastic.
Writing is so good.
Also, I appreciated the small chapters. Some of them were only like 2 pages.
Oh, so
Fantastic.
fast to go through. So
Also,
fast.
there's so we get lots of different perspectives, and sometimes that can make or break a book.
Yeah.
I think this made the book. So we instantly go into Piper Goldstein, who is the
Social worker?
yeah, she's like
Or
the
she.
child welfare
Yeah.
worker. Yeah, basically.
Mm.
So then we get her perspective, and it's kind of creepy because we get to hear her talking with the police like about the case,
Mm.
and we know it's going to be bad. Like
It's
whatever we're about
bad.
to read, like it's going to be bad. So then we get to hear Hannah's perspective and Christopher's perspective as well. So it bounces between Hannah, Christopher, and Piper in the future,
Yeah.
discussing this case that we're learning about as we're reading,
Right.
and
Interview
it's
style because
unfolding.
she's being
Correct.
interrogated.
Yes. And it's wild. I guess, well, I gave it a
This is
5 out of
I gave
5.
it a 5.
This
Totally
is
give it a 5.
fantastic. Yeah.
We follow Janie. She's found kind of off of a trailer park by a dumpster or something. She's
Yeah, in a
extremely emancipated,
parking lot
just
covered in
looking
blood.
like skin and bones. Yeah, covered in blood. Later find out it's not her blood, but so
Yeah.
they take her to the hospital in the emergency room. They put her on an unsuspecting floor just in case whoever did this to her is like trying to find her. And she had broken bones, but it's been so long that they've healed incorrectly. And so enter
Christopher.
Christopher. Why did I think Alex?
I
Christopher.
thought you were gonna say Alan, and I was like, that's what?
Nope, not wrong. So yeah,
Yeah.
Christopher.
Okay.
I don't
I was
know where
gonna say, well,
Alex came
maybe I was
from.
gonna say maybe that was a brother-in-law. No, brother-in-law's name is
No,
Greg.
it was not.
Yeah.
But Christopher is an orthopedic surgeon at the hospital, and Hannah is a nurse at the emergency room. So Christopher ends up doing a surgery on Janie, and just every day after that goes and checks on her and really gets close to her and forms a bond and wants Hannah to come meet her. And Hannah is a little iffy. She can't have a baby of her own. She's always miscarried. Her uterus has been deemed inhospitable.
Yeah.
So as much as they wanted children, they couldn't. And she goes to meet Janie. Janie has like tantrums and really goes off. She always wants food, but can only have food at a certain time because she's so thin that she can't have a bunch of food all at once. And she kind of freaked out, and so they left, and then they came back a second time, and they were just reading a book together and playing, and Janie loves Christopher, and it kind of moves to, okay, well, let's foster her while she's looking for a good home, and they're gonna be going through a lot of applicants that Piper found, and to find the right home for her because she has a lot of psychological problems. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, it's
Abused child something.
yeah, it's like abused child syndrome or something like
Syndrome.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's yeah, it
Yeah.
gets really crazy really quickly.
Yeah, she really freaks out, starts banging her head on things or throwing things, and
she pees on the floor.
She'll just pee on the floor or poop and then start
rubs
spreading
her
it
poop
around.
on the walls.
But while she's at their house, while they're fostering her, they decide to just actually formally adopt her.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads to they've taken a lot of time off while she's been transitioned into the home. And I mean, eventually they have to go back to work. And so it's decided Christopher will go back to work. And the first day he's back, Janie doesn't speak a single word to Hannah. Not a single word.
Is this when she starts having her symptoms, or is this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Is it when he goes? I was thinking it was when he goes to work. So she starts thinking that she's going into early menopause because she hasn't had her period. She's getting hot and cold, and well, she's pregnant.
Turns out
After
she's
they
actually
already
pregnant.
adopted Janie.
Yeah.
And Janie's been difficult. She's having her temper tantrums, but also they haven't had her like too long. And even though they found out that she was 6 years old based on what her bones said, she's basically a toddler. Like she's not potty trained. She doesn't know her ABCs. She's
nothing.
Starting from scratch.
And she's just so physically small as well.
Yes. And she also, like, psychologically, she'll throw temper tantrums. They have to lock up the fridge and the pantry, and she has to have a timer for food. And there's just like a lot of things. They have to take her to a bunch of specialty doctors' offices
and
for therapists. Yeah, and
I forgot the therapist's name that ends up really helping them.
Oh, I don't remember either. But you just kind of see how Janie is manipulating Christopher.
Yeah.
But then Christopher's so blinded by the love for Janie that he can't see what she's doing to Hannah.
Yeah. It kind of starts with she'll have these temper tantrums at home, but if they go out to a park, she's super sweet to strangers, just talks and chats. And then they've had family come over, and Janie was good for when she was meeting Hannah's sister and her new cousins. It's just like behind closed doors. And then Christopher doesn't talk to Hannah at all, I think, for like a week or two before they finally see a therapist. And Christopher's just like, oh, she's had a hard time, and she was abused, and she hasn't even been here that long. It's gonna take who knows how long until she's comfortable. Like, saying it, she's not doing it on purpose.
I wanted to slap Christopher so many times reading this. I tell you what,
your goddamn wife.
I was getting real mad at Christopher. Because, like, I understand she's 6 years old, but literally some of the things that she was doing, I was like, you can't see that. So then, because Christopher goes to work, Hannah's at home, and he doesn't see all the chaos. So then it starts becoming apparent that Hannah's kind of what you'd call like a neat freak. She's obsessively cleaning everything all the time, which she was never like that ever.
Yeah.
And as he's like, oh, well, she's probably just nesting because she's pregnant and all this stuff. Well, in reality, it's because Janie just like, she'll pee on the floor while just making eye contact with Hannah and laughing. And so she has to clean everything up.
And
she has to clean everything up before he gets home, and she doesn't
Janie,
know that.
Like, steals and hides things. So, like, she'll take her phone and hide keys and different things around the house. And it's just Janie driving Hannah crazy during the day. And then Christopher drives her even crazier because she doesn't mean it. She's not, like, singling you out. She's not doing anything. And Janie will be like, oh, she's a mean mommy, like, bad mommy. And, like, Hannah, she was freaking out in the store, started knocking things off of the shelves. And like, Hannah grabbed her arm, like, hey, you can't do that. And she was like, Mommy, you're hurting me, like, screams really loud.
Yeah.
Even though she wasn't talking to Hannah, she said that, like, to catch the attention of other people. And it's like, no, she knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, so then it gets, like, way worse when she has the baby. Because then she starts acting out because she's not getting the full attention from Christopher anymore because there's a baby now involved. And at one point she kicks the baby, like I don't even know what they're
bassinet thingy.
it's like a little bouncer thing, but
yeah,
she kicks that, and so the baby falls to the side, but luckily like rolls onto a blanket, and she's like, ugly baby, and like kicks it. And I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And she starts they're trying to get her into school, but they need her to be potty trained first. Well, she'll be potty trained, and then she starts she starts just going randomly because she's acting out because she doesn't want to go to school. Or she'll purposely injure the children.
Yeah, she'll bully them.
At one point, there was a little girl that she was really good friends with, and then she started pinching her arm and leaving bruises because she wanted to see people cry. And I'm like, Christopher,
like to see people cry.
Is that not a red flag?
Hello.
Then, when they get her the kitten, I almost cried.
So scared. They thought getting the kitten
cried.
before the baby came would like help her transition because then she had something to take care of, and it seemed fine until the baby got there. And then I forgot what Janie did, but Hannah was like, if you do that again, I'm gonna take the kitten away.
She was poking the kitten with like a safety pin or like something.
Oh, that's what she was doing as soon as she got the kitten.
She was poking holes into the kitten. Yeah.
She's like, I wanted to see if it bleeds.
Get that kitten away from her.
I know, that poor kitten. And then later on, she did something. That's when Hannah was like, I'll take the kitten away. And then she walked away and then like heard it crash it. Or no, Janie came back and was like, you can take
kitten's gone.
The kitten's gone. And she was like, what? And then went into her room and the kitten is dead. And Janie was like, what did she say? Like, I didn't care that if the kitten goes away.
No,
so she like suffocated it with a pillow and sat on it. And she's like, I heard it meow, and oh, it was so bad. And that's when Hannah's like, Christopher abusing it. She killed the kitten. That is like number one lookout for serial killers. Like, hello, get it together.
Yeah, and he said he wouldn't have believed her, but he saw the kitten. He had to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's right. And he asked what had happened, that Janie was the one to tell him that, like, oh, I suffocated it.
Yes. Oh, Dr. Chandler's the
Chandler, that's right. She seemed really nice and helpful, it's a dude. I don't know. I was picturing him as like an older lady the whole time, but I think at one point
Dr. Chandler's a male?
I'm pretty sure it used he pronoun eventually, and I was like, wait, what? I know.
I never caught that. I thought she was a girl the entire time. Okay.
I thought it was an older lady, but yeah.
Well, after the kitten incident, then we had the whole milk fiasco.
Oh.
How Janie wanted to drink Hannah's breast milk because Cole, the baby, was, and so she finally was just like, I'm just gonna let her because she's driving me nuts.
Yeah, she talked to Christopher about it, and he's like, no. And then the next morning, she's like, I'm just gonna do it. And then Christopher went to work and then got a call like, hey, I'm in the ER. And he goes down and she's like, she bit me. And her nipple was like almost completely bitten off.
I know.
And so also during this time, Janie had to go to the ER a couple times. One, because she ate something she wasn't supposed to, because she would like eat anything.
She drank a bunch of shampoo.
Yeah, she would just eat anything. And so she's had to get like her stomach pumped. I forgot what the second incident might have been the same thing, but that's on record. And
yeah, I don't remember what the second one was.
Or maybe she fell and like broke something. I forget what it is, but
I don't know.
Eventually, I think that happens, and then
well, so Hannah starts kind of having like a psychotic break because of Janie. Yeah. So at one point, Christopher comes home, and Hannah is in the bathroom. Janie is all wet. She's all wet, and Cole is not breathing, and he has no idea what the heck happened.
Yeah.
They managed to get Cole breathing, but Hannah basically had a psychotic episode where she tries to drown Janie. And so then her sister Allison has to take the kids, even though Allison already has two twin boys of her own with
Yeah,
Greg.
it's either they go to family members first, and then if no one there can take them, they go into foster homes while this situation is being dealt with, because now child services has been called in because Janie is also in the hospital because she'd nearly been drowned. But they don't know
I
that
think
yet.
she was fine, but Cole
was
in
the worst one, yeah.
Yeah, because he had brain swelling.
Head trauma.
Basically, what happened was Hannah tried to drown Janie. She slipped while bent over and smacked Christopher's head into the side of the bathtub. And so
Cole's
that's what
head,
caused, Cole's.
Yeah.
And did I say Christopher? I wanted to smash Christopher's head up against the bathtub, that's for sure. And so they ask Allison to take care of her. Well, Allison thinks it's just going to be like a week or two, and it ends up being way longer than that.
Yeah.
So she starts saying, hey, like, I'm done with Janie. Like, I'll keep Cole, but Janie has to go, because now she's starting to act up there where she's urinating, throwing poop everywhere. She's being sexually inappropriate with the twin boys.
The boys don't want to be around her.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's starting to get really bad. Well, Janie overhears Allison say that she doesn't want her around.
Yeah.
They start yelling at each other, and then Janie pushes her down the stairs and kills her. So
there's footage of this from inside the house.
Yeah, and Janie watches Allison's body for like 7 minutes before calling 911.
She's at the top of the stairs staring for 7 minutes and then walks away. And Christopher even watches and he's like, well, maybe they were having a fight, but she didn't mean to kill her. Be like, no, bitch. She really did mean to kill her.
His excuses drove me nuts.
Drove me nuts.
And so Hannah basically, she started hearing voices like kind of after Cole was born.
Yeah, she gets put into a
psych ward.
And so Christopher's at the house, cleaning up what had been left when they rush to the hospital, and he finds Cole's baby album. Mm-hmm. And he goes through it, and towards the end, it kind of just turns into Hannah writing crazy notes.
Like what kind of baby journal is this?
She's gonna kill him. Like, I have to get rid of her. And so, yeah, you see where Hannah's mind went. And Hannah is recovering in the psych ward and calms down and thinks Christopher's going to divorce her because, like, she knows what she did was wrong. Like, she's just a kid. Like, I just tried to kill the kid.
Yeah.
But then Christopher comes and visits her and tells her about Allison, what had happened. And then immediately Hannah's back to, I should have killed her. And then my sister would have been around, blah, blah, blah. Oh, hi, Boom. There he goes.
He's got a lot to say, too.
And then, how does... This whole time they were trying to find out where Janie's mom is, because they assume the mom was the one who was doing all this to Janie and who attacked her and left her, and then she's been missing since and presumed dead now. And
yeah, because they talked to the grandma. Grandma's in jail.
Grandma is in jail, and Grandma called the kid
demon.
A demon kid, and way too difficult to try to take care of. But they find the mom's phone, and there's videos on the phone of Janie's mom panicked in her trailer. Janie's tied, chained up to the wall in the back corner, and it's her mom terrified, look, I really look how insane it is. She's trying to feed her from afar. And
yeah, she had put her food in a dog bowl, but she was like, I've literally tried everything. I have called CPS, I've called child services 7 times, trying to get help, because there's nothing that I can do to, I tried to take food away and then use that as like a motivational thing, a reward,
Mm-hmm.
and like nothing's happening. And so now I have to keep her locked in here because she bites and she pees and throws feces and like
Yeah.
all this stuff. Like I can't control her, and like I just want to show you that like I'm not a bad mom. I'm just trying to do my very
Yeah.
best to control her. And she bends down to give her food, and then there's all of a sudden blood. Well, Janie had a knife and killed her mom by
Mm-hmm.
stabbing her in the throat, and then stabbed her like 7 more times, I think, like that.
Yeah, something. And then escaped, and then that's how they found her. And
Yeah.
it cuts to Allison's husband is filing a lawsuit against Christopher because he should have known that Janie was dangerous and that they weren't told that she would act out like that, and Allison's death was preventable, and
I
he
agree with
kind of
Greg.
has a point.
I agree with Greg.
He
Christopher
really
should have
does.
not had his head up his ass
No.
and known that
He just-
Janie is the devil child.
Yeah.
I know Hannah should not have gone that. I mean, she
No.
she had a psychotic break from postpartum depression mixed with like other things too. They said it
Yeah,
was
she
like a
had
really
like
intense
extreme
thing.
postpartum. Yeah.
Yeah, they said like it could happen to people. Like
Hmm.
this isn't like a one-time thing. So
Yeah, it's not
she's on
terribly rare.
medications, and
Yeah.
that's helping like with the voices and the depression and all of
Yeah.
that. She also
And
was
so,
not sleeping like at all,
oh, not at all. It was
which was
bad.
yeah, because she was terrified of Janie. So
Yeah. Because Janie
it,
used to just get up in the middle of the night and just stare at them. Ugh, I hate
yeah, and
that.
Christopher's like,
Oh,
she's just
oh,
sleepwalking, and Hannah's like,
he's like,
no,
no, she's
she's looking at
looking
me.
at me.
So basically, the book ends with them having to go to the house. Piper and the cops have to
Yeah,
go
it cuts
to
to
the
Piper in the
house.
interview, and the cops showed her the video of Janie's mom and Janie.
Hmm.
And so Piper was really team Christopher and Hannah, but like very specifically Christopher.
Very
I
weird.
think there was something in her head about that one. But
Me too. I
yeah,
agree.
so she's trying her best to help them out, but she saw the video, and so she's like, okay, when you go tell them I want to be with you.
Hmm.
So it cuts to the cops showing up at their house, and Christopher's gonna go get the door.
I know. It like ended on a
It's like,
cliffhanger. I was like,
what?
whoa. I was like, what's gonna
I
happen?
know. And Janie is
She's at a care facility.
at a care facility.
She's locked down.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
she's not getting out of that one.
I
No,
hope
no.
not. Who knows?
Oh, what if there
But
was
yeah,
a
that was a
second?
wild ride.
It was a very good book. It really kept you on your toes because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to. So I should have, but I did not read this book during the weekend. I was, I did not, I brought it with me, did not read it. I read over 300 pages in one sitting
Oh my god.
on
That's
Monday.
most of the book.
I really tried to finish it, but it was starting to get late and I was like 50
Mm.
pages away and I was like, I'll just finish it in the morning. So this book kept me on my toes. I
It
mean,
was such good pacing. There was always something new. You get a
mhm,
new clue or something crazy Janie's done, and it
yeah,
keeps you going through all the way. You're interested the entire time. The book Baby Teeth that I had mentioned,
yeah,
it it's the daughter driving a wedge, preferring the dad, trying to get rid of the mom, and like
mhm.
making actual attempts to kill the mom. And
That's crazy.
by the end of the book, they finally decided to send her to that special school that's for
Okay.
special kids. And it ends with her being left there and watching her parents drive away. Nothing's resolved. Like, that's how it ended. Like, I wanted to reach that point midway, the latest. And then nothing
Dang.
else happened.
Hmm.
It was so dumb. So dumb.
Yeah, that's stupid.
But
This was
this held it
fantastic.
up.
Well, and so what I forgot to tell our listeners, the author is a doctor. She is a trauma
Oh
psychologist
yeah.
and a leading researcher in childhood trauma. So she's She knows her stuff.
It
I
made
tell you
it
what.
so much more interesting because
And real.
that means Janie's behaviors are real and diagnoses are real, and like the thought that is real, like a child could actually be acting out that way.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
So in the back it says she used her clinical experience to create disturbing psychological thrillers, blurring the line between fiction and nonfiction. Yeah. It's crazy. And I know she has other books.
Yes, I was actually just going through them. Oh, my desk. I've heard really good things about Phantom Limb.
She's got quite a few.
That was a 2017 release. It looks like her newest release just came out this past January, called Off the Deep End. I don't know what that's about. Looks like Waves. That's a psychological thriller. She does do mystery thrillers, and then some are horror. But all of them, I guess, are just a little weird, which I like. That's my preferred type of horror.
I've heard of Off the Deep End. So Off the Deep End is about a stay-at-home mom that crashes her car into an icy lake. Her son and another teenage boy is in the car with her, and she only manages to save one, but she saves the other boy. She doesn't save her son.
Oh.
She saves the wrong one. Yeah.
Interesting.
And so 10 months after the accident, she's still trying to like wrap her head around the fact that she rescued this guy Isaac, another woman's child, when Isaac vanishes. So then she's like suddenly at the center of a police investigation.
Interesting. I would definitely read her again.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yes. So The Perfect Child for her books has the most ratings.
This one really blew up on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah. It's at 84,316. Her second highest is The Best of Friends.
Okay.
That one's at almost 64,000. Looks like there's Best Friends. That their teenage boys have a tragic accident, leaving one dead, another in a coma, and a third one too traumatized to speak at all. And reeling from the worst night of their lives, the three mothers plunge into a desperate investigation of the bizarre accident, of like how it happened and all that stuff. Do they really know their children? And I would definitely want to read another one of her books.
I've heard of Phantom Limb. I don't remember what that one's about. And Saving Noah. I know Saving Noah is like about a mother who finds out her is a pedophile.
Oh damn!
He's a predator, and so it's her trying to help.
That's a deep one.
Right? I don't know, but
well, I guess I can get into my segment of
our 1-star reviews.
So Perfect Child.
Catchy title.
I know. One of these days, guys. One of these days. It's honestly my favorite part. So this has a 4.08 stars on Goodreads, 84,316 ratings. Pretty good. Let's go to these 1 stars. I feel like they're going to be about the ending. How it just kind of erupts, you know?
Yeah, some people don't like a cliffhanger like that.
Stacy rated it 1 star. No ending. Great story, but then it just stopped. It was as if the author got tired and quit. Too long, no ending, perfect flop. By the way, having worked in CPS, there's no way a mother called 7 times begging for help, then no one responded.
Well, good.
Okay, well, I'm glad that's working. Oh, someone said, what a mess. What did you say? This is the direct-to-video version of Baby Teeth. We have a new winner for my least favorite character ever, which is sadly, they literally put on their Goodreads a pile of manure.
It's a gif of a pile of manure from Jurassic Park.
Me and this book were like a bad blind date. Nothing worked.
What?
I know. What the hell? I can't believe I lost my mind over this book and this is the ending I got. The father, dumbest character I've ever seen.
That part is true.
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
I guess
Someone said
devil's
lazy author.
advocate.
Someone just rated it a 1 star. Every single person in this book. That's it. Someone did rate it a 1 star because of the torture of the cat. I get that.
That's when
I
you
really
should check
wanted to
your
skip over.
triggers at
I
the beginning.
really wanted to skip over.
I know. So I have a question.
Okay.
Where would you have drawn the line? What would have been your last straw with Janie?
The
If
cat.
she was under your care. The cat?
The cat.
You would have survived everything else?
I feel like I mean maybe the girl. Maybe the girl, her pinching the girl and saying that she wanted to see how she looked like crying.
Yeah.
I think maybe that was before the cat, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was before the cat.
Okay, I think then probably that would have called it.
I
was thinking that was after the cat.
Somewhere in the midst of trying to get her into a school because she keeps getting kicked out of schools. I couldn't. I just wouldn't be able to be like, then what are we supposed to do? She needs to learn. She needs to go somewhere for her day.
I think I also would have started putting cameras up in the house. Not even telling Christopher.
Yeah.
Showing him how she acts when he's not home.
Yeah.
And then when he said but I have to say goodnight to her. Are you kidding me?
Do you really say goodnight? You're already having to sleep on her floor.
And then also Janie, so she works herself up so much that she starts vomiting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's mastermind. She's 6 years old. It's wild.
Oh God, no. Could not. Ugh.
Was there any more questions, or was that it?
I hadn't written any down. I guess since the ending ended the way it did, what do you want to have happened after that?
I mean, I don't want Christopher to go to jail. I don't know how they would do it to where like it's
what he was being charged with. Was it something manslaughter?
Well, I know he was being charged with one thing and then the judge like took it out.
Yeah. But now with that video, I mean, it's not like we knew beforehand, before killing Allison, that she's killed her mom, but there were definitely signs he should have seen, and how
100%.
He should have stressed the major difficulties with Janie there was.
Yeah.
I think. Does Hannah get charged with anything?
Oh,
for endangering
reckless manslaughter for Allison's death. Hannah pled guilty to.
That's right. She did plead guilty.
She pled guilty to child endangerment or something like that.
Yeah, I think it ended up being just child endangerment.
But they got her. Hannah pled guilty to child abuse, but they got her son back.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, I mean, terribly bad.
And then she does go home.
Yeah.
For reckless manslaughter, do you think it's just like a really big fine and like community service? I mean, we also have to think he's a doctor, and the way I'm sure a white man doctor is going to be treated in court.
I feel like, he was such an idiot for not, it's not like he was turning a blind eye, but he kind of was turning a blind eye to how she was acting. So I feel like he needs to be like fined somehow.
Do you think Hannah would testify against him?
Probably.
Because she is really upset about Janie and
I think so.
Allison.
I think
that she would
so.
go
To
against her
protect her
husband.
family, I
Yeah.
100% think she would. And I get Greg. I mean, yeah, they should have
Oh yeah.
been prepared,
Yeah.
especially the way she was acting. They had
Hmm.
no idea. So
Yeah, they knew that it'd
I
be
get it.
bad, but they didn't know it was murderous intent.
The poor kitten didn't have to
Ugh,
die.
I know the cat. I will say that just if you not that you should just be putting animal abuse in your books, but if you really want to drive home how awful a character is,
Yeah, because
it's that.
I've never hated a 6-year-old, but by God, I hate Janie.
I hated Jane.
She was terrible, terrible child.
So what happens to Janie? Does she
She's probably
stay in
there
that?
forever. Well, because they can't try her as an adult because she's 6,
Right.
but they have to keep her locked up
I was
in like
gonna
a psych
say
ward, in a
they
special
can't put
psych
her
ward.
in juvenile detention.
No,
At,
no, she's
yeah.
got to be in a psych ward because she killed her mom. And she killed Allison.
Right. Ugh.
She killed a kitten. Let's not forget that.
And a kitten. So bad. So bad.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail for you.
Oh, also Hannah lost. Well, she didn't officially lose her nursing license, but it was
Not
most
yet, but
likely that she was
she
going
will.
to.
She will.
That
There's no doubt in my mind.
sucks.
Yeah. I think she'll do better as a stay-at-home mom though with Cole.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she needs to do that. She's been through a lot.
Yeah, and maybe in a different house, because I remember when she returned home, she was saying that like she kept looking for Jamie everywhere in the
Yeah,
house.
I think in a different house, definitely. It was a great book though.
Oh, such a good book. And it didn't feel its length. Like it was nearly
No.
300 or just a little over 350.
Yeah,
And I never was like, oh, how much longer? Like, what else can happen? I'm like, what else could possibly, like,
I
how
know.
much crazier? Not out of
Oh,
dread, but like in a holy shit.
I kind of almost wish that we would have read this together, like for our readathon,
Yeah, that would have been fun.
for us to like, okay, where are they at? Where are they at?
We
Yeah.
should. Maybe for Summerween or actual Halloween, we should do a spooky book, like,
I
but be in the same room
We should try to find one of her books.
together. We should try to
Another
find another
one.
Lucinda Berry.
I
Yeah,
think I
maybe
think
over time we'll find the
I think she might
authors
be
we
my
like.
new I think she might be my new one of my favorite psychological thrillers if her other books are just as good.
That,
Honestly.
that
It was
really messed with me psychologically.
No, it was
Nailed.
fantastic. And it's crazy how we're going from that to what we're reading next week. We really know
But
how to
yeah,
like flip
next
it.
week we are reading The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I've already kind of started, and boy, I meant to read for 5 minutes, and then suddenly I'm on page 50. But
Oh, I'm on page 4.
oh, but yeah, this is a little romance. I'm very excited. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous cover, and it's book 1 in the Dreamland Billionaires series, and
And the
they're just all gorgeous
chapters.
together. Yeah, the
Chapters are
chapter heads
beautiful.
have like a
With
little
the
photo
roller
image of
coaster.
a roller coaster. It's
And
basically
their
Disneyland.
breakups. I was gonna say their breakups, like in the chapters, are
Mm.
basically the Disney castle.
Yeah, I forget.
So
It's Princess Cara in this world, and um, very excited. I will say, a lot of these romance books had a playlist, but mine does not.
mine does.
Maybe, oh, yours does? You have a newer version then or something. Ooh, we'll have to go through
You
those
don't
in our
you don't have
next
a playlist?
episode. No, mine doesn't. I must have bought it too early or late or whichever. Oh, nope, I lied. Wow, yep, there it is.
I was
I
like,
definitely looked for a long time yesterday, and I was so surprised that there
oh.
wasn't one.
So I will
Interesting.
say though, the very first song, he says that line, the song title, in the first 4 pages.
Yeah, he does.
So, fun fact for you.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, I'm
Ooh,
excited to read that.
Very
Hopefully
excited.
it'll give my brain a break from The Perfect Child.
Ooh. Yeah. Demon
Boy, do
Child.
I need it.
Yeah. Yes, we do. If you want to know what else we're reading, you can check out our Instagram at Baby Got Stacks Podcasts. Check out our June schedule. We release the new monthly schedule towards the end of the month, so you can see what we are releasing every Sunday at noon Pacific Standard Time. And also, if you're listening to this episode, get excited for tomorrow. We are releasing a bonus episode.
Boop, boop, boop.
The long-awaited Portland Book Haul that we recorded towards the end of last year, that we went all out at a few bookstores.
Yeah, we stayed a night up in Portland, went to Powell's. You can imagine how much money we spent up there.
What a good old
We're
time.
hoping to try to do this maybe once a year. Go to Portland for a night and just go to Powell's,
Oh, what a
the
good time.
magical bookland.
Love owls.
Yes, yes. But yeah, so I'm very excited for you guys to listen to that. You'll get to hear our first reactions to reading the trigger warnings we had no idea about for Haunting Adeline. So
Oh
you're
man,
welcome,
we were
because it's a ride.
bamboozled.
We really were. TikTok did not tell us
TikTok.
how triggering that book is gonna
Oh
be
man,
and how
we'll
dark.
have to figure out how we want to
So
read those, and if it's
yeah, let's just say
probably
we haven't
together for
started
moral
yet.
support.
I think so. I think
Uh,
so.
you can also check out our bio in our Instagram. It has links to everywhere else we are, and like Goodreads, you can see what else we're reading, what we've rated previous books, and TikTok account.
We've got one.
It exists.
It does.
It exists.
Someday, guys, I tell you, someday
maybe.
we are going to surprise the heck out of you and say, guess what, guys? We made one. Today's not the day, but it's someday.
Someday.
Someday. By God, someday.
So follow us and like us wherever you're listening to this podcast, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.